with our guy Pep on a Monday. What's up, Pep?
Well, I'll tell you what's up. It's NFL football, man. We had a great weekend, opening weekend of the NFL. There's a lot of games we want to talk about, but I just feel like after the first weekend, it's kind of, a lot of the same from last season that, the MVP, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills against the Baltimore Ravens. We knew this was going to be a great matchup. They were two of the best teams from last season, and it was one of the greatest games we've had, I think, in a while now. A classic between two great quarterbacks, two great teams. The Bills came back and won 41-40 against Baltimore. And Patrick, here's something weird. That 41-40 score has never happened in the NFL. That was the first time a game ended with a score of 41-40. So the MVP, Josh Allen, still looking like the MVP, but Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, they were great too.
Yeah, it just looks a little bit different. Normally, I would say in years past, this is a game where it seems like the Ravens were able to pull it out. Well, it feels a little bit different, right? And of course, it feels a little bit different because we've been watching the Buffalo Bills on Hard Knocks. So now you feel like you know them and something is different. That was an amazing game. Again, sometimes we don't love giving the NFL credit, but damn, they did a great job of scheduling games because these games were unreal.
Yeah, Buffalo versus Baltimore was an awesome game on Sunday Night Football. Jets and Steelers. Okay, so Josh Allen, my Week 1 MVP, right? But if you had to pick another MVP, it might be Aaron Rodgers, who had 4 touchdowns against the Jets, leading the Steelers to a 34-32 victory. So if you had questions about Aaron Rodgers and if he could still do it, he could still do it, Patrick.
He certainly looked good. There's no doubting that.
So my 3 finalists for my Week 1 NFL MVP, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, and maybe even Danny Dimes. Daniel Jones, the quarterback of the Colts, had a really good game and a blowout win for Indy.
Yeah, he looked really good too, So, wow.
Yeah, I know it's hard to make, we love to jump to conclusions, right? But at first impression's important, right? So that first week of the season, all 3 of those guys look really, really good. Let's talk about some of our local teams. We'll start with, the Rams. The Rams bring in that defense against the Houston Texans. Matt Stafford did play, and he surpassed, 60,000 career passing yards in that game. But it was the defense that was the difference against Houston. 14-9. That's all they needed was 14 points to beat Houston.
Right. We just talked about some offenses that looked really explosive, but sometimes the defense seems to come together quicker. And we've seen that in a lot of cases, especially in our division, where it just takes a little bit more time for some reason with the offense to get it going. And some of these defenses, especially in the NFC West, wow, they look really tough.
Yeah, man, defenses looked awesome, especially with those NFC West teams. And what's funny is even at the high school level, coaches will say the defense always comes along first. The offense always seems to be a work in progress, and it'll come along a little bit later. So I don't know if that's what we saw this weekend. Obviously Buffalo and Baltimore going 41-40, that's a lot of points there. But if you look at the rest of the league across the board, kind of low-scoring games, including my 49ers and your Seahawks. Man, that was a crazy wild finish there as San Francisco won 17-13, and it ended up being a defensive play at the end by Nick Bosa that sealed the win for the 49ers. So another, defensive kind of, game with low scoring.
We did see some fireworks. We did see some bombs. But however, overall, the defenses did look pretty tough in the NFL to me.
And again, if you can play defense, if you can run the football, I'm not reinventing the wheel here. You're going to win a lot of football games, or at least be competitive. So that's exactly what we saw this weekend. Even the Raiders playing the Patriots, they only gave up 13 points to New England as Geno Smith passed, I think, for like 362 yards. Ashton Jeanty scored his first NFL, regular season touchdowns as Pete Carroll. The Raiders started off their season with a 20-13 win.
Everything really good, of course, with the silver and black, unless Brock Bowers hurt his knee. If you did see that play, there was a little sideways action. He landed on it a little bit awkward, and that was like, oh, of course. They're about to do so great.
That'd be a real Raiders move. Usually, when something bad happens, it's kind of associated with the Cleveland Browns. Like, oh, they really browned it up. But no, the Raiders kind of have a history of bad luck. I'd say the Dallas Cowboys, too. They seem to just kind of get in their own way. But hopefully Brock Bowers is okay because I don't know, man. I mean, we saw the Chargers beat Kansas City, this past Friday night in Brazil. So the AFC West, it could be a real drag-out slobber knocker all season long with all four teams being, pretty competitive, pretty good.
Things feel a little bit different, right? You feel a little tide change going on here. We'll see if that ends up true. Of course, we're prisoners of the moment. This is a week-to-week league. Pep and I are ready to ride the roller coaster.
I know, right? After 1 week, we're jumping to all these conclusions like, oh, this team's good, this team's bad, Aaron Rodgers is back, Daniel Jones is actually pretty good. So I know it's easy to do that, though.
1 week you're headed to the Super Bowl, next week you're done.
Yeah, exactly. And we got one more tonight, Monday Night Football. It's Bears versus Vikings. So we are not done yet here with week 1 of the NFL season. But Patrick, let's not get lost on the baseball season. It's just getting good, man. It's going to get real juicy now as we get real close to the postseason. The Dodgers had a very, very strange series against the Baltimore Orioles. First, on Saturday night, Yoshinobu Yamamoto had a no-hitter going down to the final guy, and he gave up a home run, and Baltimore came back and actually won the game. So he lost the no-no, and they lost the game.
That is painful for sure, but those young kids on the Orioles, they're tricky.
Yeah, and what's crazy is Baltimore does have a lot of good young talent, and they were supposed to be a lot better than they are this year, but they're actually in last place in the American League East, which is actually really good from top to bottom. Everyone in the American League East is having a good season. So Baltimore's a lot better than what their record indicates. So they won that way on Saturday night against the Dodgers. And then on Sunday, the Dodgers found a way to salvage the final game of that series 5-2. Clayton Kershaw had another masterful performance. He got the win. It was the first time in his 18-year career in Major League Baseball that he faced the Orioles and he beat them. So, I mean, that was kind of strange. Like in all those years, he'd never faced the Orioles, got to start against them.
He is just really using his experience to his advantage, man. He's like just figuring out a way, other than, not having the overpowering power that he used to have. But now, I mean, hey, with age comes this awesome, ability to fool these young kids. And man, is he doing it.
Yeah, he is doing it, man. He's looking sharp, and the Dodgers are probably going to need him if they're going to make a postseason run. And here's another weird stat, Patrick. So with Kershaw beating the Orioles on Sunday, he has faced every single Major League Baseball team, but there's only one team. He's 0-1. There's only one team he has never defeated. Do you know the team that he's never defeated?
It's not my Seattle Mariners, is it?
No, it's the Boston Red Sox. He's never beaten the Bo Sox. Yeah, 0-1 all time. He's faced everybody, but that's the one team he's actually failed to register a win against.
Look at that stat right there. Well, hopefully Kershaw can, use that stat. Maybe that's helping him, dude. Like give the Curse of the Bambino a little gift, and maybe it helps out the Dodgers.
You never know, man. Baseball is a wacky game like that, so you just never know. And also in that game on Sunday, Ohtani 2 home runs, so he's up to 48. Mookie Betts hit a home run. Kershaw's pitching well, so again, you want to be feeling good and confident and getting hot at the right time. After a 5-game losing streak, maybe the Dodgers are going to snap out of it. Maybe on Sunday it was a good sign.
God, it would be great and unbelievable timing to come out of the slide for sure, man. Pat, make sure and tell them how to get your stuff. Can't wait to talk to you on Thursday.
Hey, get my stuff anytime. We're open 24/7 at Inland Sports. We're all over social media, X and Instagram and Facebook. We also have the YouTube channel. That is Inland Sports.
Thanks.